After spending the last several months promoting their plans for the biannual budget and $300 million bond to pay tax refunds by Christmas, both were removed when Senator Ben Pangilinan announced the substitute version of Governor Eddie Calvo's Bill 145. Instead, the substitute version is a single-year budget focusing strictly on fiscal year 2012. Governor Calvo's Deputy Press Secretary Phil Leonguero says without the bond, expect deeper cuts.
Absent any alternative solution from Senator Pangilinan, the only way to satisfy the governor's mandate of paying the refunds that this government owes to the people of Guam is further cuts. And depending on how soon we pay the refunds, that will determine how much we cut from this government.
Since raising the idea of the budget bond in April, the Calvo administration's goal was to end the practice of borrowing funding for tax refunds owed to the people to run the government. Senator Rory Respicio, however, agreed with Senator Ben Pangilinan in that the administration needed more detailed information in order to approve the administration's bond proposal. Respicio adding the governor's budget didn't account for the $32 million worth of debt service.
And so, we just didn't feel comfortable with that. The first thing that any legislature ought to do responsibly is to set aside your debt service for that particular year.
On the other side of the aisle, Republican Minority Leader Frank Blas Jr. says he doesn't believe the whole bond issue has been scrapped completely, but says his biggest concern with the substituted version was how they got to the figures for the projected revenues and the variances in comparison to the governor's bill. Although much stress has been put on paying tax refunds, he says there's actually more benefits to the bond borrowing measure.
So obviously there are some ways, in as far as the deferment of some of the payment and the utilization of some of the revenues that are going to be captured as a result of the economic activity from the release of this money.
For now, the Calvo administration, along with senators, are being given more time to address the differences between the two bills. The administration, hoping lawmakers will change their mind, Leonguero is saying the bond would ultimately help restructure the government's debt and put an end to the 20-year-long injustice of not paying tax refunds on time.
Borrowing is a serious deal, but the fact of the matter is we're borrowing anyway. We're borrowing right now on the backs of the people of Guam, and we're paying interest on it every day.